Hello, everybody. Yeah, today we're doing a new speedrun fast. I don't know what we're going to call this tournament preset for Castlevania Symphony Randomizer. This is currently in development with basically by ASD. So, Catan, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub.
And make them your slaves.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, you could also subscribe, but it's free on YouTube. So I'll just throw that plug in now. Why not? Screw it. 3, 2, 1, go. But yeah, I don't know what we're going to call this as far as like tournament preset, future speedrun preset. I don't know. The goal of this preset is to maintain the random aspect of playing the casual logic, because casual is more random than like safe logic or whatever. There's more random chance for relics to be in different locations, but it also levels out some of the randomization. For example, Bat is going to be guaranteed to be in the first castle in logic before Holy Glasses, I believe. So that basically guarantees the fact that you're always going to have Bat before entering the second castle, which is really good. Because doing the second castle without Bat, honestly, is like one of the things that has slowed down the randomizer, in my opinion. The seeds that are like good versus bad is like how much of the second castle do you have to do as Bat. So hopefully this speeds up a lot of the uninteresting and slower parts of the randomizer while keeping it still basically the same as far as like the kind of movement you need to do, the kind of execution that's required, the kind of decision making. There's currently talks of a possibility of adding new checks into the second castle as well, like needing to go check Dragon Helm or like Twilight Cloak, or I think Shotel is another one, and like some of them are locked behind mist gates, so there could be some interesting dynamics as far as like the second castle might be a little bit more complex, because right now the second castle you kind of just like have one of two routes that you do, and it depends on whether or not you have access to Jewel of Open or not to go fight Beelzebub earlier. So what's up, Jake Sauce? Yeah, welcome everybody. I know I'm streaming at a slightly different time than I normally do, so I'm sure there's a decent number of you in here that I don't get to watch super often, so welcome. Hello. Or maybe it's just a late time, cozy, later in the evening time for you. Did I get anything cool? I did not. Okay. From that position, it seems like you cut your hair. Oh, I did. It's gone. You obviously haven't watched the YouTube in a while. My hair is gone. Yeah, I'm regrowing it out, so. Also, I think the item randomization is off for this seed. Ooh, Soul Wolf. Okay. Soul Wolf is a starting relic. Interesting. Yeah, the item randomization is normalized. That's cool. I think for like a tournament setting, having randomized items is probably not the best, because there was a lot of items that just didn't get to see much use at all because we never saw them. Ooh, Moonstone drop. Oh no. I was playing on the Xbox version earlier today, so I'm like used to the Xbox timing. Oh my god, Mojo Mail. Wait, I should probably put on Mojo Mail. Mojo Mail is insanely good. It increases the spell DPS, so I might do that, and also put on the Moonstone. Oh. Alright, that's the last item I could check here, so Mojo Mail, Moonstone. Nice. I wonder how much damage this Tetra Spirit is going to do to Slugger Gaibon. Whoa! Yeah, the pre-Asa clock. What? What is this guy doing? How did he poison me? What? I've never seen him spit that early. The item stats don't get randomized either. No. That was the issue, is like not knowing what item you had and what stats it had made it so you just never opened your menu to check. So it slowed down the randomizer a decent amount, to be honest. Dude, even while poisoned. Was that a double kill? How? How did I... What? I don't even care. I'll just take the damage boost. That's incredibly random. Like, well, not random, but you know what I mean. Dude, I hate getting poisoned. Can this poison wear off already? I also probably should have checked that. You know what? I'm going to go back for that item. I'm being a dummy. I didn't even see if there was an item there. Oh, worth it, worth it. It was a sellable. All right, I'm only 20 seconds behind now. It was the last one that I had long hair. Ah, I got you. Whoa. Oh, I'm going to be one-hitting now because I'm not poisoned. Perfect. Cross. But yeah, I'm excited to see what gets changed with this randomizer. The bat is this early? Okay. Cool, cool. Okay. That is incredibly early. You want me to change the gamer lights to purple? I got you, bro. This is the best purple this thing has, so it's very blue, I know. It's not my fault. This is the closest it gets to purple. I only have it fast adventure mode. I think this is getting closer to that. In all honesty, I think... Because I've thought about it too, because when you think about the way other randomizers in other games are, they all kind of work like adventure mode does in Symphony of the Night. Like when I play the Aria of Sorrow randomizer, for example, you have to check every single item location because items could be relics or other items. It's like, it's incredibly, they're more time consuming because of that. But in general, you just have more relics to check, so. Or I guess, yeah. SotN's kind of weird because SotN actually has like 40, almost 30 something places where there's just like progression relics, basically, or like random relics. This is the only game that I can think of that has your progression tied to relics and that there's like so many of them, you know? 35, yeah. What's up, Matthew? Matthias, sorry. Oh, come on. I got baited. But yeah, so SotN is very unique in that sense, whereas for example, souls are one of the main progression in Aria and Dawn of Sorrow, and souls can be anything. There's like hundreds of souls, basically. So it becomes a little bit more... you can't just pick and choose like small amounts of locations in those games, whereas in Symphony of the Night, the locations are pretty controlled. Eat orbs. How's it going, dude? This is the new tournament preset from ASD, yes. I haven't had a chance to test it out. This is test number 9. So I'm sure some of you guys might have already played it because ASD posted it in the Discord. Do I have enough MP for this? I do. This should like murder him. Yep. You raced it the other day? Cool. No spoilers, please. But from everything I saw in the Discord, because nobody really spoiled anything in the Discord, it seemed like you guys liked it. That it was pretty good. Yeah, we'll go down. But yeah, this isn't like an official preset yet, so if you're interested in trying to play this, right now ASD is basically pumping out PPFs, which allow you to patch your game separately. And maybe we can get this added to SotN.io at some point. I mean, I'm sure Mouse wouldn't mind. So that way it's not just you know, people having to make PPFs for other people all the time. You miss randomized items personally? I think for like a tournament style setting, I think randomized items, like we tried it out with my tournament. Overall, I think it was less. I just think the randomized items didn't help give people a competitive advantage at all, you know? In like a tournament setting, I would like for the aspects of the randomizer to be things that people can control for and people can like gain skills around. And I think the randomized items just kind of didn't incentivize, like it incentivized, I guess, reading comprehension and being able to read descriptions quickly as well as like stats and stuff. But I think it also mostly just had the unintended effect of de-emphasizing people opening their menus to re-equip new things. So usually you would just like find something that was okay and then just use that for the whole seed. And I think that, especially with a randomizer, where you get to show off so much of the game that you wouldn't see normally, things like Maulblung Sword, you almost never get to see in the vanilla game. Marsil is another item that you very rarely get to see, especially in speedruns, you know? Those items basically become nerfed because like you're less likely to find them, so... Randomized stats, I think, without the names and item descriptions, could be like midway, because you could at least figure out through the sprite if it's a good hitbox / attribute, but it still isn't like a perfect solution. Because again, I think rewarding people's knowledge of the game, as far as like what items do what items are good versus what bosses, what strategies you can employ with different items. I think that kind of thing is more important strategically for like a tournament setting than just having randomness for the sake of randomness. Like LOL, that's so random that it said it was a Marsil, but it's actually a red rust. Isn't that crazy? So, whatever. It increases weapon description awareness, but it doesn't increase like vanilla weapon awareness, I would say. I don't know. I know people have gone back and forth about different preferences, but I honestly think randomized items, it's like a fun thing you can do, and it has its own unique flavor associated with it. But I think as far as like true competitive integrity in a randomizer for this game, I don't think randomized item stats is a good idea. Like, if you look at the tournaments that other people do for other Metroidvanias, I don't think they allow for the randomized item stats. Because also it can end up being a little wacky. You can have over-centralized, like, a Chrysogrim that has, like, fucking 200 base stats for no reason as, like, a starting weapon or something like that. Not to say that you can't just have, like, a base Chrysogrim at the start, which is also pretty broken, but, you know, it just, like... In my opinion, I think it can make the extremes even wider, and there's no knowledge or skill behind deciding these things, you know? Oh, Rodvas, thank you so much for the sub.
And make them your slaves.
Yeah, Chris with Mornblade effect. Like, those things are cool that they exist, but I don't think it's necessarily like a skill thing. Again, I think it's more of like a for fun thing that people could do regardless. But if we're making like a tournament skill-based... Like, for example, I'm going out of my way for this sword because I know this is Darkblade. And I know Darkblade is like a B-tier sword that has like tons of good attributes about it. And it'll serve me well throughout the majority of the game. Another good example is like seeing a thrust sword and going out of your way for a thrust sword, you know, to give you access to new movement options. That's a good idea, yeah. Oh my god. That's a diamond. These item checks become more valuable because I know just from a glance, oh, that's a diamond, I want to pick that up. So this buffs certain item checks as well. When before, I'm pretty sure we had many scenarios where we walked into a room and just left because we didn't see the sprite that we wanted to see when playing the item randomizer. So in my opinion, item randomizer is not the best as far as competitive. And that's just my opinion. Other people can have other opinions. That's fine. It's just that my opinion is objectively correct because I'm, you know, duh. Descriptive familiar card sprites when? I think that would be really awesome, Kaz. But the issue is I don't know how viable it is to modify relic sprites as they appear in the game. I don't know how viable that is. Like, I don't know if people are working on it. That would require... I know some people were working on some sprite modification stuff, but I don't know... Is there a way to randomize the item after you get it? Like a lottery item check? I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about, to be 100% honest. You basically pick up an item, but it's actually something else? Because I hate to break it to you, that's basically what the item randomization was before. Or are you talking about it like just changing randomly? Because if you want to do that, then you would just play Chaos or something with like your items constantly changing. I genuinely have a hard time understanding what you're asking. Shield Rod? Oh, see? Plus you get moments like that where you're like, oh god, look at that sprite. It could be anything between Alucard or Alucard, and it was Alucard. So you get baited. Having items with the same sprite? All items have the same sprite? Then people just won't, they'll only check items that are convenient. No, it's okay. So essentially you're, again, nerfing knowledge-based like skill set in this game when you take away information from the player. What's the Shield Rod spell for Alucard? It does nothing. It just is a waste of time. Alucard does the effect, and then a big question mark pops up, and that's it. But yeah, you end up nerfing players that know things about the game, basically, based off of their sprites, based off of, you know, stuff like that. Whereas if you have just like a pure lottery system, it's like, again, that could be a fun thing to add. But again, guys, this is meant for a tournament preset, for people to speedrun the game seriously with serious competition. So keep with that in mind, it's probably best to allow for skill sets to be developed within the randomizer that reward people for getting good at those skill sets. Versus, I think it'd be funny if every 20 seconds the game just shut off and you had to play in the dark. That would be so random, right? It's like, well, yes, it's kind of random, but that's not the goal. The goal is not to fuck with the players. The goal is to have a skill set that is testable, that people can develop, and, ooh, I actually want that. And then with that skill set, compete against other players and, you know, win and stuff. SotN loot boxes? Never mind, you guys are geniuses. It's not even that people would get nothing, it's just that if you had it so every sprite was the same, first of all, people would just get a bunch of items just along, like at random points, like, okay, well, let me grab this in case it's something good. Let me grab this in case it's something good. And then once you hit like a hard boss or something like that, then they would open the menu, read the menu, and just like spend like 10 minutes looking at the menu, which as we all know is riveting speedrun gameplay right there, is the reading speedrun that we all have to do. It's the same with like reading all of the different descriptions and stuff. It's like, it's a reading speedrun. And again, that's something that, especially from like a viewer standpoint, it's like that doesn't like show well as like a useful skill in speedrunning. So, nonetheless, I know we've been talking about this a lot. This seed feels pretty okay. I mean, there's one thing for the library, for example. Like, the library is the one time where, like, your reading comprehension and stuff is, like, tested. For me personally, I do have an empty hand. I'm being dumb. I wanted to check that item. For me personally, I never used the, back in seasons 1 and 2 before the item randomization kicked in, I never read the items descriptions by name or anything. I looked at the sprite. So I don't know if you guys know this, but when you go to buy something in the shop, the librarian has the sprite of the object that you're trying to buy on the table. And I used that as my means of figuring out what was in the shop. I didn't read because my reading comprehension isn't great since I'm dyslexic. So I would just look at the sprites because my like image recognition is like way faster.
I'm interested in this.
Also, I have so much money. I don't need to sell those, but whatever.
I'm interested.
Sprite card, and then now I'm looking at the sprites themselves. Also, this is Mana Prism. We'll see if I get that. That's Heaven Sword. Marcel, don't need. Wizard's Hat is actually a really good item to get. Kingstone, I'm gonna get 2 of those.
Tribute.
Gonna get a Wizard's Hat. Dark Shield, don't need since I have Flame Shield. And then I guess Mana Prisms. Where'd they go? Oh, they're there. Sure. How many can I get? Oh my god, I can get so many. Alright, we're good. Thank you so much, Tuna, for the sub. Yeah, I guess with this, we could do this, and then 2 Kingstones. Yep. So that menu was much more comfortable and easy for me, and I'm confident that I didn't miss something stupid. So I feel much better knowing that those are the kinds of menus that I'd be dealing with and stuff. So no Marcel, I don't need it. Plus Marcel isn't that good of a weapon compared to Darkblade. Darkblade is like superior. They have like similar damage output, but Darkblade isn't resisted by anything. Woo. What? Break the thing. Okay, whatever. Don't need that. Doo-doo. Oh, come on. But yeah, I guess that's my rant about item randomization over now. I'm more interested in like how we can like make the game itself be interesting to route. Oh, I did not mean to use that. Okay, well, that's one of my 26 Mana Prisms wasted. But yeah, I'm more interested in like how is the routing of the game and the decision making going to be affected by different speedrun presets, you know? No, the boss versions of Karasuman and Lesser Demon cannot spawn weapons. Wait, I have to go do Alchemy Lab, so let's go do that. I'm going the wrong way. What's up? Not much. Just playing the new-ish preset that may or may not develop into the tournament standard for this game. Because, I mean, there are some organizations that run randomizer tournaments and stuff like that, and we tried to get SotN in for Speed Gaming's or whoever. I forget the exact org, but one of their tournaments. But in the future, I know more SotN tournaments will be a thing, whether I'm hosting them or somebody else or some organization, I don't know. So, yeah. I think it's just a good idea that we have like a tournament preset, even if it's a tournament preset that is that gets updated more regularly. Because casual worked for my tournament, but it's definitely not ideal. That has been shared many a times. I'm well aware that casual is definitely not like the best option for tournaments. It was okay. It was serviceable. It did the job, and I think overall, the people with the highest skill set overall did the best on average in those tournaments. So if there were more items like holy glasses that lock some progression that could improve item finding and routing in some places. I don't know what you mean by that. You're talking about like item-based progression? Because items don't really matter in this game. Like whether it's an item, whether it's a relic, it doesn't really matter. I don't think that's like a interesting difference. It's more of a an issue of where are the checks and what are the locks for those checks. For example, adding new checks to the second castle is probably something that I think will improve the randomizer overall. Because the randomizer right now, the biggest issue is that the first castle is very, very open with the kinds of routes that you can do. Whereas the second castle, you have like one of two viable options, really. Oops, how did that happen? And I think that's a big negative point for the randomizer. Not really somewhere, but I don't think it should get anywhere close to adventure mode personally. I think adventure mode is like too wacky because there's too many locks that force you basically to go between the castles, which is in my opinion, a bad idea for a randomizer. Does area randomizer exist? It will never exist for this game. This game is not coded the same way that other games are coded. It would, well, okay, I say never, but hypothetically, if somebody was to spend decades decompiling the game's code, and then we could use the game's code to basically reverse engineer the game to allow for that to happen, then yes, maybe. But other than that, no. The way that this game is coded, you can't mess with enemies, like where enemies are placed. You can't mess with areas, basically, and where they send you. From my understanding, there's no way to, like... The best that may or may not be able to happen is, like, walking into a load zone, and it loads, like, the inverted castle version of an area, possibly, and then randomizing those. But that could cause so many issues with, like, soft locks and, like... creating logic for a randomizer like that it likely will not be possible. Did I check this already? I feel like I did, but I don't remember. I did not. Wow, I almost made a big oopsie by forgetting this. So no Jewel of Open yet, but we're still going to the second castle, so that's cool. Let me go ahead and put that on now. Damn, that boy fast as fuck. The other thing that's nice about this preset is you're still dealing with, like... Oh my god, this sucks. Early second castle stuff. Versus the, you know, other presets that were more limited with their second castle routing. Because the old randomizer, I think, had a really good feel to it because you were forced into the second castle as, like, the very end of the game. Like, the first castle was where all the routing and fun stuff happened, and then the second castle was basically get to the end of the game with, like, this route in mind. So it was, like, a good push and pull between, like open routing and then, like, more serious routing, but I don't know. The thing is, like, yeah, like, there's no... And even then, allowing for infinite library cards I don't think is a good solution because the library just sends you back to the library. And the library isn't, like, that central of a location for the first castle. It's not, like, a great place to go. To be honest, there's, like, better locations if you wanted to, like, move between the castles quickly, so... And there's no way to go from the second castle to the first castle quickly without going the intended way, so... Now I'm thinking about it, maybe I should have got Marcel. I feel like the only way to do open routing is in the second castle is to have to go back and forth between the castles. That's not necessarily true. Because you could basically just make certain routes more viable than others based off of your current progression. For example, if you don't have mist and like there's like mist gates that block certain things, so I'd like to see you race Jupiter someday. We've done races before. It's been a while, but we have. I'm pretty sure we have. At least in SotN. I can't race him in any other game. He's too good. Where? How did I? Whatever. What are the 2 new item checks? There aren't for this version, I don't think, right? Because I'm playing version 9, test 9. So I don't think there are new item checks or whatever, or relic checks yet that are added. Someone mentioned it earlier. We're talking about the idea of possibly adding new checks. Wait, Twilight Cloak and Shotel are in the seed? Oh. Well, thanks for telling me now. I didn't know that. Alright. Well, let's go check Twilight Cloak. So this would be a check that requires mist, for example, right? Wow. Okay. And then, yeah. So again, forcing Mist Gate progression in the second castle could... Well, the issue with making it Shotel and Twilight Cloak is that again, the whole point that I've tried to make is that the right side of the second castle, aka doing Darkwing Bat into Medusa, into Akmadon, into, you know, Trio, Beelzebub, all of those, like that route is too over-centralizing. Like there's no reason to do any other route ever. Like legitimately, and if you think otherwise, you're actually brain dead stupid and you don't know how to look at facts, right? Statistically speaking, there is an objectively correct route every single time, and it's very easy to figure out what is the objectively correct route for every single seed in the second castle. Whereas in the first castle, there's much more ambiguity, so there's more open chance for like routing differences to occur. Whereas in the second castle, you kind of already know what players are going to be doing, as long as they're not, like, again, brain dead fucking stupid. Also, I'm wearing the wrong. Yeah, put that back on. I'm cool with Mojo Mail. So, again, my argument is if you're going to change the second castle, you have to make the left side of the second castle a more enticing option for certain routes. Making it available for routes where it's technically better to go left side under these circumstances and stuff like that. You could put them in the Clock Tower gear room. That's possible. Yeah, it's in adventure mode. You could make any individual item in the game a relic check. That is possible. Those are things that exist and can be done. But the issue is the route that I'm taking is the objectively correct route 100% of the time. And my idea for changing the second castle and randomizer would be to make sure that this route isn't so over-centralizing. One of the main reasons is this teleporter right here is essentially a non-negotiable when you play through the second castle. You have to get this teleporter unless you end up in a situation where you somehow find the last Vlad relic at Beelzebub, Trio, or Akmadon. Or I guess Creature if you go Creature first. Other than that, you have to get this teleporter because otherwise it's incredibly slow to get back to the central clock room without that teleporter. That's one of the reasons why the right side is so incredibly powerful. The only alternative is maybe, what am I doing? Well, I guess I could do these item checks. Why not? The only alternative is maybe forcing the second castle to have all of its warps open, or massive, insane brain play. Force the game to share warps between first and second castle. So if you open a warp in the first castle, it also opens that same warp in the second castle. That might be one way to increase certain routing options. But that could just be too... But then again, we'll probably find an optimal route of just like all of the... I don't think that actually solves the issue. That's like a band-aid solution. Now, the more I'm thinking about it, it's like you would basically just warp, do a boss fight, and then warp to the next boss fight. And you just do that over and over again. Whatever. So I don't know. That's why I was mentioning Dragon Helm. Yeah, Dragon Helm would be one to prioritize the left side of the castle a little bit more. Shotel would do that. Starlight would do that as well. There are ways to make the left side of the castle more. I think you should, in my opinion, do Dragon Helm, Starlight, and Shotel. Just as a means of like, okay, if this is a seed where I have missed, maybe I should go left side first because that's... what is that? 2 checks that require mist, plus Dragon Helm, plus Creature. That's 4 checks on the left side that you get basically immediately for going left side. And then also, when are you going to check Dragon Helm more conveniently? Doing the right side check. So it at least creates a... Oh, I'm stupid. God damn it. I was not thinking. Curse you, Talic. Jupiter, what's up? Thanks for the raid. How's it going? Fast preset. I'm doing the ASD preset. I didn't know what to call it. I'm just calling it fast. Well, welcome everybody. I just pulled a Talic and tried to go to Beelzebub without Jewel of Open, so you know how that is. I'm basically just talking about my ideas behind Randomizer as they are right now. And what I would like in a tournament preset, because that's essentially what this is, a tournament preset. I think this is pretty cool. There are some things that I think could be better. For example, adding the locations to the second castle, I think is a good idea. It's just what locations you want to add and why you want to add them. I think adding extra complexity by locking certain things behind mist is not necessarily the best idea, unless there's a reason to do so that increases the range of routes that you see in the second castle. Because still, even with this route, there's no reason to do left side of the castle first. And because you're forced to always start in Castle Keep when you enter the second castle, the route is you either go left or right. It's a 50-50, and right now there's no reason to go left ever. So. Oh, come on. I think that one's frame perfect, right? Is this frame perfect? Or it's like a 2-frame window? I forget. To do the backdash off that ledge without activating the red door. That's really the only thing in the second castle to lock. That's not necessarily true. You could do barrel circlet, so Wolf can become a lock because Bat is going to be guaranteed in a tournament preset. So Wolf can become the other lock, and it also forces you to go all the way into the alchemy lab, basically, or castle entrance area of the game. I have Mojo Mail. This should do like dummy damage. I think it should, at least. Mojo Mail is the one that increases spell damage, right? I'm not drunk. Yeah, it is. Okay. I think that was like 6 or 7 wing smashes, so that makes sense. Oops. Yeah, Shotel helps. Don't get me wrong. And it makes it so like, oh, I have missed, so maybe I should go left side first because there are checks that require you to have missed, you know? Stuff like that. And then there's also just the idea of like, you don't even need to add complexity in the second castle. You could just add specific checks, you know? Did I just kill a final guard with wing smashing? Is that what I just heard? Is that possible? Wait, what? It wasn't the Guardian? Okay, never mind. It was the other dude. It sounded like the Guardian death animation to me, but I guess I'm not smart right now. Okay. I got worried for a second. Blade. That is their official name, yeah, in this game is Blade. No, wait, the blade isn't on that side. You guys are... What? I'm being fed lies. Help. I should probably... I have a strength potion. I don't need that strength potion. Well, maybe it's better for... Oh, don't go rolling, please. Thank you. Okay, that's fine. I'll take that fight. You die? Welcome. How's it going? I did not save split because I have mana prisms. But again, long story short, I think the first castle is where, at least for me, Castlevania Symphony of the Night Randomizer really does shine as a very fun, extensive randomizer with a ton of different options available to you at all times. And then the second castle just kind of becomes like do the right thing. There was at least at some point the idea, specifically like in safe logic, of when do you go back to the first castle. That made the second castle kind of interesting in a way, but safe logic has its own set of issues that I don't want to repeat in like a tournament logic. So the idea of when you go back to the first castle, I think is causes its own set of issues, even if that is interesting. Did I skip Chatel? Fine. I guess I'm safe splitting for Chatel real quick. That's gonna take a while to get used to. Don't sweat it, Dogwood. We're good. The music in this game is amazing. This game has a lot of unique Castlevania tracks that don't get used anywhere else, which I think is very interesting, considering Castlevania likes to reuse a lot of music. That's fair. Any new checks that you add will mean that necessarily there are going to be more empty checks. Yes, Kaz, that is how it works. So if you want to add new checks, that means there's just going to be more empty checks, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There are infinite peanuts, yes, in the reverse caverns. Okay. Yeah, that peanut is hard-coded. Yeah, thanks for spoiling that. It's fine. But I want to be rewarded for checking something. Oh man, you guys must really hate adventure mode then, because it's basically a whole bunch of not finding anything at all. That's how every other randomizer in the world works, is it's a bunch of not finding anything interesting. I think this game's randomizer is very well balanced and very well made. The only thing that I want, other than Bat being guaranteed in the first castle, which already is like a huge upgrade, is the second castle to be more impactful, because it is, you know, a decent chunk of the game. Because as it is right now, there's no reason to worry about the second castle. You just kind of autopilot and do the same thing. The only thing that's interesting about the second castle is like what items and stuff you're gonna use for boss fights, I guess. So. The demon door, yeah, that doesn't really help anything. Also, getting poisoned here is so dumb. This is gonna be a while because I got poisoned. Reverse bat is Stariolite, and I already referenced that would probably be another good spot to add. I think Stariolite should be, if we're gonna buff left side, Stariolite would be the way to do it. Add Stariolite and Shotel and maybe Dragon Helm. And not add Twilight Cloak. Because I think that would at least even left side versus right side, right? Because right side you have... you have Medusa, Akmadon, Beelzebub, and Trio. And then left side would have Dragon Helm, Stariolite, Shotel, and Creature. So to even it out, there might even be a route option. I'm trying to think of a way where you go left side into right side and then save caverns for last, maybe? But I can't see a world where you can do that kind of quickly. No, I think that actually could work. I think left side into right side into going back to the center for caverns could also be a route idea if left side was prioritized more. I think if you add... No, I don't think so. I don't think you would want to teleport back to keep the... Well, maybe you would, actually. Yeah, you probably would have to teleport back to keep, if that's the case. But the issue with doing that is then you leave Trio there and Beelzebub there when you're already right there. So that is going to force some amount of backtracking. So that doesn't seem very good, just thinking it through right now. You could do left side and then warp back to right side. But then again, guys, if you find the last Vlad relic, let's say I just found the last Vlad relic at death, you would just have to turn around from here. Because you don't have the inverted Aurochs warp open. That's the main reason why the inverted Aurochs warp is so overpowered in Randomizer. Because at any point, as soon as you find the last Vlad relic, you warp there. So the longer you delay getting the inverted Aurochs warp, the worse the route is going to be on average. Because it doesn't cover the most amount of options. It's one of the other reasons why right side is so incredibly OP that I think a lot of people didn't realize when I constantly would yell at them for doing creature first. It's like, okay, you do creature first, right? And oh, wow, you actually keep going this route, go all the way to Galamoth, you find the last Vlad relic at Galamoth before everyone else. Great. Now you have to get back to the clock room. And by the time you've done all that, it's like, it doesn't actually save you as much time as you think. And that only covers one scenario where Galamoth is the last Vlad relic. When there's so many other scenarios that you have to keep in mind. Where is my strength potion? Dude? I don't know who you are, but don't do that. What the fuck? pretty sure. Whatever. It's fine. I'm not gonna get into this conversation. What happened? Either way, that's not even the official Twitch channel. That's like an imposter Twitch channel, right? That's kind of sus. Yeah, I would not check that out. 90% sure Bernie has the official Bernie Sanders Twitch channel without a fucking underscore in it. That also wasn't their first message in my chat, by the way, because normally, if that was their first message, it would have a thing that pops up that says, this is this chatter's first message, or whatever. I never found a library card in the seed. So that wasn't their first message, which makes me even more confused. Like, what the fuck? Don't unprompted link to a different stream while I'm streaming. I feel like that is common, just like understanding, whatever. Pretty sure Bernie, if he wants to not have the underscore, he could have the one without the underscore. According to the preview, it is the partnered account? Oh. My bad, Bernie. Might be. Still, don't link to other Twitch streamers in other Twitch streamers' chats, especially while they're live streaming to other people. I feel like that's just common knowledge. That you just don't do that. Yeah. Wait, Bernie's playing Rando too? Oh shit, never mind, hold up. Hold up, wait, if Bernie... What? Get out of there. Yo, Bernie got the sickest wing smashers in the game. Race Bernie, he said 1v1. He sent his chat over. Oh god, I wish I could do a Bernie impression right now. I wish. That's fucking funny. In before somebody fucking copy pastes that shitty ass tweet that everybody was engaging with like fucking morons. Did you see this incredibly bad take that some random person that doesn't matter said on the internet? Let's all 10,000 of us that speedrun all talk about it today. Like, why? Why? Nobody cares. Also, I probably should do Silver Ring first. I might be in the minority when it comes to those opinions, but like, I hate it when that happens. Someone who's obviously just like trying to be attention seeking in the way that they're provocative online says something dog shit, and then everybody is just like, easy karma points, let's fucking go. I'm gonna roast this person who obviously is arguing in bad faith. And it's just like, dude, we could just ignore them. Just click fucking mute and or block, which is what I did. As soon as I saw that tweet, I insta-blocked that person, and I moved on with my life. But dunking on people with bad takes is easy way to get engagement, and everybody is like, oh, I need engagement on my Twitter because... I don't even know why some people even want engagement on their Twitter, just for the dopamine hit, I guess, but it's, I don't know, man. I think it's a waste of time. If you missed it, good on you. Oh, wow, I'm glad I checked this first. Okay. 53 minutes. This is, considering I've mostly been ranting and not really paying attention to the seed, this hasn't been too bad. This music is a bump. That's for sure. Wait, Bernie's already a Drac? Oh, fuck, dude. Why would you... No spoilers! I miss a lot of Twitter while I'm at work, yeah. The only reason I have a Twitter is to keep up to date with people that I've met through the speedrunning community that I consider friends, but that's about it. And also to post pictures of my cat. So follow me on Twitter if you want pictures of my cat. I think that's basically what my Twitter is going to become, is just pictures of my cat and very funny memes that I can think of. And also going live tweets, obviously. Like if I go live, why did I do that? I just used a mana prism and refilled my MP at the same time with the save. I don't know how to... I don't know. Whatever. Kitty go burr. Did Bernie go creature first? I swear to God. Oh my God. That's going to be the clickbait for this video. I speedrun Bernie Sanders and SotN Randomizer. That's not actually going to be the clickbait, by the way. Oh shit, Bernie died and didn't say. I like this alternate universe where Bernie is just like actually just a Twitch streamer. I'm not going to make it the clickbait. No, I won't. I think I'm going to go back and check that person's logs, by the way, because I'm curious now. Because it said that wasn't their first message. I wonder what their first message actually was, to see if they were a bot or something. I'm genuinely curious. I raised Bernie and lost. Dude, Bernie's too good at this game. I never found Leapstone. So that means Leapstone was at Holy Glasses? Right? Because that's the only place I haven't checked. Oh, and the entirety of Caverns. I forgot. Are you serious? Was that actually their first message? Unironically, Epic? Did you go back and check? Yes? Okay, cool. 11 total. Then yeah, I'm good. Very much a bruh moment. Yeah, the elusive cavern skip, never before seen. This is gonna be sub-hour. Alright, I'm chill with this. Gamer lights, you got it. For the final boss?
You have done well in making it this far.
Gamer time. To celebrate your victory over Bernie. Oh man. Let Bernie win, dude. Come on. I feel bad. I should let Bernie win, dude. Bernie's been shafted so many times in his life. Now, Bernie isn't shaft. Bernie gets shafted. Very true, yeah. I can't believe Bernie got shafted. Where's my strength potion? Let me just use it. I don't have an attack potion. Okay, that's fine. No, this seed was very, very chill. Considering I wasn't really paying attention much. I could have done better. I had mana prisms, which was nice. The relic placement seemed fine. There is an alternate universe where I go to the caverns first. So I feel like I found the relics in a pretty good location. Oh my god, I'm bad. Oh, I missed the one cycle. Bernie's gonna win. God damn it. There we go. GG's, Bernie. GG's.
Whence you came, trouble the soul of my mother no more.
What a dumb, just a dumb Twitch interaction. That's very funny.
You have been doomed ever since you lost the ability to love.
Twitch streamer Dragon Blitz gets wrecked by Bernie Sanders, not clickbait. Wow. GG's.